Most people believe that memory loss, confusion, and slow thinking only happen when you're old. Like something that just shows up one day, uninvited, when you hit 70 or 80. But what if I told you that your brain could be aging right now, quietly, invisibly, while you're still in your 30s or 40s? The scary truth is that early brain aging doesn't feel like a sudden crash. It's more like a slow leak. You don't notice the water at first. But over time, the drip becomes a flood. And by the time it does, you may have lost something you didn't even realize was disappearing. Your sharpness, your focus, your ability to connect thoughts and ideas like you used to. It doesn't matter if you're successful, active, or young at heart. Brain aging can start early. Much earlier than we thought. And it doesn't always begin with memory loss. That's what makes it so dangerous. Because the earliest signs are so subtle, so easy to explain away, that we don't take them seriously. We call it burnout. We say it's just stress. Lack of sleep. Hormones. Life. But behind those excuses, something else could be happening. Something you can stop if you catch it in time. This video is not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. To help you recognize the signals before the damage becomes irreversible. Because science has made one thing very clear. You don't have to accept a shrinking, slowing brain as your fate. In fact, you can fight back. You can stay sharp, energized, and mentally alive if you know what to look for. So what are the signs? The real early warnings that your brain is aging faster than it should. Let's start with the first one. And it's probably not what you think. You walk into a room and forget why. You open a tab on your browser, then stare at the screen, confused. You struggle to recall a word that's on the tip of your tongue. It happens to everyone, right? But if it starts happening more often and you're not under extreme stress, this could be your first clue. Not that your memory is failing, but that your brain's processing speed is slowing down. These little moments of forgetfulness are not just mental glitches. They are often signs of reduced neural efficiency. It's not that the memories are gone. It's that the path to retrieve them is getting weaker. Scientists now believe that these small slips in working memory, when they start to pile up, could be the earliest visible sign of aging in the brain's frontal lobe. That's the part responsible for reasoning, focus, planning, and, yes, memory. If you're in your 30s or 40s and you find yourself struggling more with short-term memory, but don't ignore it either. This is your opportunity. A signal, not a sentence. Another quiet but powerful sign. Your mental energy starts to fade faster than it used to. Tasks that once felt simple now drain you. You read a few pages, and your mind starts to wander. You have a meeting, and by the end, you feel like you ran a marathon. This isn't just being tired. It's mental fatigue. And it can be a sign that your brain is struggling to sustain focus. Something that becomes harder as the brain's mitochondria, its energy generators, become less efficient with age. Is that the modern world makes this even worse. Constant notifications, fragmented attention, the pressure to multitask. All of this pushes a tired brain even further into exhaustion. You might think, I just need more sleep. But even after a full night's rest, you still feel foggy. That's not normal. That's a red flag. Now imagine this. You find yourself becoming more emotionally reactive. You're more anxious than usual. Things irritate you more. You feel overwhelmed by decisions that wouldn't have bothered you 5 years ago. This isn't just stress. This could be your brain's emotional regulation system starting to struggle. The prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, two regions deeply involved in emotion and logic, don't communicate as smoothly as they used to. And as this connection weakens, we lose our ability to stay grounded under pressure. In fact, some researchers say that increased anxiety and emotional volatility may precede memory decline by years. Think about that. Your emotional patterns might change before your cognitive ones. But who notices? We just say we're having a rough day. A bad week. Life is stressful. But inside your brain, something deeper might be shifting. And if that system is weakening, you might also notice a subtle shift in how you think. You don't connect ideas as quickly. You avoid complex topics. You feel like conversations require more effort. It's not about intelligence. It's about cognitive agility. And when that starts to fade, so does your confidence in your own mind. Finally, let's talk about sleep. Not just how many hours you get, but the quality of your sleep. Do you wake up feeling restored? Or do you feel like you've been hit by a truck, even after 8 hours in bed? Poor sleep isn't just a result of brain aging, it's also a cause. The brain relies on deep sleep to clear out waste, regulate hormones, and solidify memories. If you're not getting enough deep, uninterrupted sleep, your brain can age much faster. And sadly, early brain aging can itself disrupt sleep, creating a vicious cycle that feeds itself. You might notice your dreams are fading. You don't remember them like you used to, or you wake up more often during the night. This isn't random. The brain's sleep architecture, especially in the hippocampus and brainstem, can become fragile with age. And once sleep suffers, so does everything else: your memory, your mood, your ability to learn, and even your immune system. Now, here's the good news. Your brain is not doomed. It's adaptable. It's alive. And it can heal. Neuroscientists now know about something called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself even into old age. And what that means is simple. Just because your brain has aged doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Just because you've noticed these signs doesn't mean it's too late. But you have to act. Feed your brain what it needs: oxygen, movement, clean food, deep sleep, connection, curiosity. Stimulate it with learning. Protect it from toxic stress and shallow distractions. Prioritize focus. Give it rest. Treat it like the most important organ in your body, because it is. The signs are there to help you, not to scare you. Your brain is always talking to you. You just have to learn how to listen.